Can you tell us what went into the Cunningham decision?
We got standards, and I didn't feel like that those standards had been met consistently. And I felt like I made a decision that was best for our team. This is about the team. It's not about any individuals.
Who will step up to take his place?
The same guys that played last week will just keep playing just like we've been playing.
And how tough a call is that in this situation?
It wasn't tough at all. It's about the team. It's not about any individual player. And the one thing that we always talk about is that it's not necessarily trying to be the best player on the team, but being the best player for the team. And that's our motto.
Have you decided who will start at quarterback for you on Sunday?
No, we'll make a decision later on in the week. They will both practice.
With Zach's decision on that, you've had other disciplinary decisions this year. What is the message that you're sending to other players on the team?
Well, that if you don't meet our standards, and if you're consistently not meeting those standards, you're not going to be a part of this team.
Do you think the amount of discipline issues you've had to deal with, including one with your own team's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, is it all a reflection of leadership or kind of the job you're doing?
It's just a reflection of guys not doing what we want done. And when they don't do what we want done, we deal with it.
Is it more difficult when you have to deal with this with a player who's as productive as Zach has been over the past couple of years? Like, how does it having to release a player who has that kind of production impact what y'all are trying to do with the rebuild?
Listen, we're 2-10. And, that kind of production is, if there was more production, it's a different deal, But, we're not, it has nothing to do with production. It has something to do strictly with not meeting our standards at what we have here. And he didn't meet those.
David, you said on Monday that one person was going to have started reps in practice. How are you going to handle that?
We've got a plan for that. We've got a plan for how we'll do that. And that's an internal plan.
Is one person going to take the reps?
They'll both get reps.
David, how will, considering what he has wrong on his wrist, will he have to wear something on it to take a snap and hold the ball the way you want?
No, he should be all right with it. He should be all right.
What did the MRI show on his wrist?
He had a little hyperextension, and it's swole up on him.
At what point do you reach with the player that it's time to move on? How many chances? At what point do you get to? Did we have to move on from?
Well,
player?
it's not about chances. It's just, you feel it. I sat down and had a talk with Zach prior to this. The last time we had a conversation with a situation, and told him this was it. Any more of these kind of situations that we're going to move on, and that's what happened.
The constant discipline issues that the team is having, are you having to reiterate the standards every week or reiterate the culture?
Standards and culture is the same. That's why he's not here.
Hey, David, at what point do you guys look at yourself in the mirror and say, what are we doing that keep on making these?
We just got to do a better job of coaching, and we do that every day. Every day we walk into this building, the thing we're trying to do is just do what's best for this football team. We haven't done a good enough job of that to this point, and we're going to continue to keep doing that.
What are some of the challenges that the Seahawks present to your team?
I'm sorry,
What are
Chris.
some of the challenges that the Seahawks present to your team?
Well, they've got a very good defensive football team. Wagner's one of the best players. He's probably a long holdover from their Super Bowl teams that they've had. He's the heart and soul of their defense. They've got a good front four. The secondary is very good. The two safeties are good. I just heard that Jamal Adams won't play in the game. But it's a very good group. They've had a history of always being a very good group. It's a team that always keeps the ball in front of you, and it's a team that have also taken the ball away.
Are you getting you guys back from practice from the IR this week, and do you expect Terrence Brooks to be able to practice?
No, he wouldn't. No, he would not practice.
And how much will the left wrist issue for your quarterback for Tyrod play a role in your decision, or is that's not a key factor in your decision?
It would have no role in the decision.
David, yesterday on 6-10, Nick didn't commit to you or anybody beyond this season. Are you comfortable with that?
Oh, I'm very comfortable. Every day we come in this building, all we think about is doing the best thing we can do to help this football team get better. And all we think about is the next opponent every day when we come in and when we leave.
You game that you guys are playing with who you're playing with. Do you feel like you're put in a position to succeed?
Yes. We're in a position to succeed. We just haven't done a good enough job of coaching to succeed. And that starts with me. We're in a position to succeed. There's games that we've played that I felt like we should have won, and we didn't win them.
Is there any particular reason to make the decision with Zach now, or things like that, and instead of let the season play out? Why now in that sense?
Well, I got a locker room full of players in there that understand what our standard is, and we preach it all the time. And when guys aren't going to those standards, I mean, they're looking at me cross-eyed when I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. And you know, the rules got to the point he didn't follow what we needed to get done, and I made the move. You're welcome.